Hermes, what's up, man? How you doing today?
Doing great. How about yourself?
I'm doing amazing today, bro. I had a massive leg day, bro. It was brutal, but I'm doing great today.
Yeah, those always feel good after.
Oh, holy shit! Yeah, 100%, bro. How would you introduce yourself to someone who maybe doesn't really know you?
Yes, I would introduce myself as, someone who's posting content to make people think outside the
Mm,
box because I feel like everyone's kind of been taught to kind of stay in the box, don't question things. Like in school,
mm,
you're taught, to sit at your desk, raise your hand, only speak when you're spoken to. You can only go to the bathroom when you're allowed to. So, I mean, yeah, I would just introduce myself as someone who's trying to use a comedic approach just to make people question their beliefs. Yeah.
yeah. What would you say is like the biggest lie that is very hard to make people doubt or question?
The biggest doubts, I guess it would be the way the way people view life just in general. I wouldn't say it's one thing, but it's kind of, I mean, everything kind of interconnects. Like the food they eat, the water they drink, the
Mm,
things they consume, why they're working a job, why they want to go to college, why they want to listen to their parents,
mm,
everything, like literally everything. Because I mean, your parents were taught one thing, and what worked for them might not work for you. And obviously, the
mm,
school system has changed a lot since maybe my parents or your parents went, and times have completely changed. So I guess the biggest lie is being told that everyone has to be the same. Everyone has to
mm.
follow a path that was laid out for them because each person is unique and everyone's path is going to be completely different.
You know, in middle school, I live in the country right next to Germany. So in
Mm,
history class, they taught us that the Germans were bad, etc., and that the Jews were the victims and all of that. And yeah, technically that should be right, but when I look at different sources of the same story, the 6 million just doesn't make sense to me. And I don't mind being called an anti-Semite. Like if you have a religion that tells you that it's okay to steal from others, rape others that are not Jews, that to do that you're superior to everyone else. It's like I just can't defend that. And there was actually one story when in the concentration camp, I believe it was Terezin, if I'm not mistaken. They took a lot of Christians and Jews, and they made the Christians dig up a hole, and the Jews had to go into that hole, and they told the Christians to bury them alive, and the Christian says no, like we're not going to do that. So they told the Jews to come out of the hole and put the Christians in and bury them alive. The Jews started burying them alive, and then they told them to stop, get out, and now you see why we don't trust Jews. It's like that story again might not be factually correct
yeah.
the way I said it, um, but man, I heard that more than once, and it's just like a lot of the history about that whole Holocaust stuff. I don't think that we should take all of the information from just one biased source, depending on which country you're in.
Yeah, 100%. And yeah, that's one of the biggest things we're taught in school. Like you could ask anyone, at least here in the US, we're taught, 6 million, Hitler was the most evil person ever.
Yeah.
If you question it, you're anti-Semitic. You're a piece of shit. You're a neo-Nazi. They call you all these buzzwords. But yeah, like you said, you start digging into it a little more. Why the gas chambers have windows? Like why
Mm,
why did a person go there test for poison? They didn't find any. Why did the Jewish population increase after World War II?
mm,
Like all these things kind of they don't add up, and you're right, we can't take it from one source. And if something isn't allowed to be questioned and they have a
mm.
name, they literally made up a name, anti-Semite, for questioning the
Yeah.
Holocaust. That's literally what it is. So if they made a name for that, and if you can't question it, that means if there's not enough facts to back it up. I mean, I think it's pretty
Mm.
uh, that's pretty safe to say.
You know, David Dan Bilzerian actually talks about this a lot, and he's Armenian, right? And
Hmm.
they killed like 80% of the population of Armenian in the Armenian war, like Israel, I believe it was. And when he talked about that, it was his people, so he is biased
Yeah.
towards that. But he when he was on Piers Morgan, he got called anti-Semite so many times by our peers for just like stating a lot of facts. Now about the 9/11, you could say that that's a conspiracy theory, whatever. Maybe that's not really like confirmed, but again, like it just the dancing Jews, dancing Israelis outside, and all of that. It's just like it's too much coincidence with all of these things, and all of the companies that are kind of like to the detriment of humanity nowadays, like OnlyFans and Pornhub are both owned by Jews. By the way, that's a fun
Yeah.
fact. And I bet there are many companies I don't even know of. Right? Again, Dr. Fauci, right, and the COVID vaccines. Dig into that. A Jew stands behind that too. Pfizer, yeah, Pfizer. One of the CEOs at Pfizer, he's a Jew. About Dr. Fauci, I don't know. I might have gotten that wrong. It's just like, yeah, and this is not the okay. This is not me hating on the Jews. This is just against the Zionists. I believe that there are good Jewish people. Like just because someone is Jewish doesn't mean that they will steal from you or whatever. Again, like this is where people take it too far. The other on the other side.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. It's not every Jew. I mean, I'd be a little more cautious around a Jewish person. I'm not gonna lie. But I mean, yeah, some people do take it too far. Or I see motherfuckers on X posting, "Oh, 6 million wasn't enough. I wish it was 6 million," or like
Oh my
all
god.
this shit. Or let's have Hitler 2.0. Let's have the Holocaust 2.0. And
Oh
yeah,
man.
that's too far. And I think that's what I think they're letting things like that happen. So eventually they're going to pass like anti-Semitism laws. I think they're kind of
Mm.
letting
Oh
people
yeah.
kinda say the shit they want to say, and then eventually they're going to kind of
Did
clap down
you
on it.
did you by any chance see that? There were actually a few posts about that. That in the UK, a Christian woman was praying, uh, and she got arrested for it because she was
Yeah, she was like
praying
praying
in
in her
public.
head, right? She was standing by the
Yeah,
building. Just
yeah,
that's
yeah.
that's
She was
insane.
praying in public, and she got arrested for that. But
Yeah, that's
the
absolute insanity.
let's say that the immigrants that stab people and throw acid in people's faces, they don't seem to get in that much trouble. It's like
Yeah,
a dude that stabbed a 12-year-old girl on a train, or actually it was like a metro in the UK. He only got 6 years for that, and got released 4 years later for good behavior. It's like
yeah,
that's just crazy. That like, and it's again, it's not just these places, not just the UK, like even Berlin, bro. That's like the country next to me, like the main city. Um, Paris is also not looking good. It's like, yeah, man. And then again, the country right next to it, Poland, Warsaw, bro. That's like the cleanest country ever, right? You're safe to walk there at 11 p.m. by yourself. But why? Because of those borders, right? And people called the Polish prime minister, I believe he was. It was not a president. It was, I believe, prime minister. He was on BBD, some politician, Polish one. He said that they won't let a single immigrant or refugee in Poland, and he got called very racist for that. But when you look at like Poland's safety, that, that reflects it. That it's actually good.
yeah, exactly. They pick and choose which countries are
Mm,
racist for not letting people in. Like you could see Israel. How many
yeah.
refugees do they let in? Fucking absolutely
Mm.
none. A few, sure. But then like even South Africa, I saw a couple days ago, like some white South African refugees were coming to the U.S. and people are complaining because they're fucking white.
Mm.
But I mean, I actually went on like Omegle and Monkey, and I was talking with the white people
Oh
in
yeah.
South Africa. They're like, oh, they're extremely racist towards us. They fucking
Mm.
they literally assault white people over there. So I mean, yeah, they pick and choose. Obviously, there's a bigger agenda at play. I think they think that the white people
Mm.
are their biggest threat, standing in the way. They're trying to divide and conquer. So I mean, yeah, it's pretty clear to see. It's extremely clear to see.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with that, man. But then again, yeah, it's not just like that someone is Jewish, he's a bad person. Someone's black, you should be careful with him. Yeah, I mean, depends on where you're in, what country you're in, etc. Right? But yeah, there are people as well, but how they grew up is very important, and in what culture someone grows up. Because I can guarantee that an American from Southside Chicago and someone from a Balkan country like Moldova, they will
Mhm.
be completely different people, and it's very very drastic in their behavior. Whatever country you deport them to after that, or they move to, a Moldovan in the U.S. and a U.S. American to Moldova, bro, they will completely be the opposite of the people there, and the people, the natives, will be racist towards them. Doesn't matter if they're black or white.
Yeah, everyone's inherently racist. Like any country you go to, you go to Japan or you go to
Mm,
whatever the Eastern Bloc countries, or you go to Africa, you go to the Middle East. Like everyone's racist. If you
mm,
yeah, you look different, you have different culture. Yeah, people are more cautious of you. Everyone's inherently racist. Like you could ask your parents, you could ask your grandparents.
yeah.
I mean, you could see the way they talk, you could see the way that they treat people. It's completely normal, and it's delusional to think that it's not.
Mm,
Am I saying like to incite violence against these people? No, absolutely
mm,
not. But I mean, we just have to accept the facts that we're different and we have different values, we have different morals, we want different things. And if you look throughout history, which society has worked that has been multicultural? It's literally never
mm.
happened.
Yeah, I mean, you get called xenophobe or whatever that term is for that. Man, the thing is, when I moved from Romania with the Czech Republic when I was really small, and I got in school and I didn't speak the language here, of course I was an outcast in the class. Nobody spoke to me. I didn't have any friends for the first 3 years in this country because I didn't speak the language. I got offended by it back then because I was just a stupid kid. But now looking back at it, I like if I couldn't communicate to this kid in my class and everybody else that I could make friends with easier. Why would I bother trying to speak to this guy if he doesn't even speak my language and I don't know what the fuck where the fuck he's from, right? It's like as a kid especially, I can now understand why they didn't want to be my friends, even though I was like, outcast as a kid. And I think that's okay. I think that people take everything too personally, and especially it's even like in the LGBT community, like the they them pronouns. Like I'm sorry, but I'm just not buying into that, and they are actually the ones that will attack you first, like physically. Like there are videos literally of a dude at McDonald's dressing up as a woman, like saying that he's a female. The guy that takes his order says, "Thank you, sir," and and he just jumps out and starts beating at his window, trying to attack the guy. And he records it. He then tells it to the cops, and they don't do anything about it. He just gave him a warning. Like these people are protected.
No, I mean they're delusional, and I think
Mm.
it's insane to pretend that someone's not mentally ill. Like you used to be classified as a mental illness up to like maybe a decade ago. Like if you want to change your gender, like
Uh,
what do you mean? What the fuck's wrong with you? No, you were born a fucking man. You were born a woman. Like what do you mean you want to dress like a girl? And you should be looked at as crazy, and it's fucking. I don't know. I think most people think that way, but they're getting programmed so
mm.
slowly to just accept it. They start by okay, whatever. It's a crazy person. Let him fucking roam the streets with his fucking dress out. Okay. The next step is let him go to the classroom and read books to children. Okay, that's a little odd,
Mm.
but whatever. That doesn't harm me too much. And the next step is there's your little daughter in the fucking woman's bathroom, and now a big man with a
Mm.
dress walks with his fucking dick hanging out. And
Yeah.
yeah, they slowly try to program you to accept these things to degenerate society. And I
Mm.
mean, this is kind of what was happening in Germany before.
Mhm.
Like you could see what books Hitler was burning, who was pushing the I guess transgender and gay propaganda, the gender
Yeah.
reassignment surgeries. So I mean, we see it in front of our own eyes.
Yeah. I even shared on my story 2 or 3 days ago an article, and I don't know again if it's true or not, but I think that it would be worth a mention, and I might share it again for the people that are going to watch after I release this podcast. It's that the first like transgender clinic was in Hitler's time, actually in like 39, I believe,
Yeah,
and it was by a Jew, of course, and that's why Hitler. That was they speculated that's when he had the biggest hatred for the Jews. It's when they tried opening up these transgender clinics in Germany, and that's when he went nuts. They say. Now, again, that might have not been completely factual, but I thought it was worth a mention. But before we get like completely canceled, right? At least me. I want to get into what was your childhood like. Like how did you grow up? Where did you grow up?
Yeah, I mean, I grew up near Chicago. My parents immigrated from Lithuania to the U.S.,
Mm.
so I'm a first generation, I guess, American. And I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit of an outcast at the start too,
Mm.
because like my parents taught me Lithuanian as my first language. I guess it took me a little bit to catch on to English. My name was always different a little bit. Um, so I guess during those years, like during the early years when I went to school, I was kind of a little bit of an outcast. I moved to like I think like five different schools within the span of like 5 years. So I was kind of bouncing around. I wasn't too social. I kind of kept to myself. Didn't talk too much, but I mean, my parents always instilled like a work ethic into me. They wanted me to play a sport from a young age. Like I picked hockey and I played that for like 12 years or so. I have two younger brothers that I get along with extremely well. Um, so I mean, my parents definitely did a good job of instilling morality, instilling work ethic, kind of instilling a belief in myself
Mm.
that you could do what you want to do. So yeah, I think that was the most important thing. But I guess moving on a little later, like I guess towards high school, like end of middle school, start of high school, I kind of
Mm.
I kind of started questioning things a little too much. Like obviously, my
Mm.
parents grew up in a certain time. They both went to college, and like you were kind of looked down upon if you didn't go to college, right?
Mm.
Like only the educated went to college. If you wanted to be educated, you had to go to college. But I mean, I listened to what the teachers were telling me, what we were supposed to do, and I'm like, this doesn't make sense. This isn't for me. Like I kind of stopped caring about school too much.
Mm.
Um, and yeah, I think that was kind of one of my first, I guess, red pill moments. I was
Mm.
like, what the? This is just bullshit. Like this isn't for
Mm.
me. Something's not right. I don't know what's wrong yet, but I know
Mm.
something's not right. So I guess then throughout high school, I kind of started watching Infowars, Alex Jones, when I was like 14 or
Oh
something.
yeah,
Yeah,
Alex
and
Jones.
he was talking about all the globalists, the fluoride, how they're poisoning our food, the chemtrails, everything like that. I think that was, I guess, kind of the start of me like learning a lot
Mm.
of these things. But obviously, it was always a globalist, and yeah, I knew I didn't want a regular job. I knew I didn't want to go to
Mm.
school. I didn't want people telling me what to do. Like none of that was for me, and I knew that from I guess a pretty young age. So I mean, yeah, after high school, I mean, I started trying to make some money online, like social media marketing.
Mm.
Like I was in the crypto space for a little bit, so just doing things like that. And it was always a shame to me that you weren't allowed to speak your mind. You weren't allowed to speak your truth. I remember even
Mm.
back in high school, I was having these conversations. We used to have like this photography room. It was this like black room. People would just come hang out. I would be arguing with people all day, like arguing just like simple things. Well, that I thought were common sense, like whether it be male female dynamics or why are we accepting like gay people or transgender people,
Yeah.
just things that aren't right in society that I didn't feel like were right. And yeah, it was just something I was always pretty passionate about. That's something I love talking about, and I never saw too many people talking about it.
Mm.
But yeah.
Mm. When you mentioned Alex Jones, that just reminded me of something. For one time, I was on Discord with my friends and we were watching a new episode of Alex Jones Infowars. This was some while back. But the amount of times he said globalist, that we got an idea that we're gonna do 10 push-ups for every single time he says globalist. Second day, I wanted to go to the gym to train chest, but I ended up training back because my chest was so fucking sore. I had a full chest workout at home, but every single time Alex Jones said the word globalist, so that was like a funny thing that that reminded me. But nah, man, I love Alex Jones, bro. He's
The
he's
chai
based.
comes.
A
The
lot of
chai comes.
people like this that have been canceled, it's probably for a reason. because they have actually like said a lot of truths as well, and they call them conspiracy theorists. You know, going back to high school, were you like an introvert in high school, or how would you describe you as? Because obviously you know how to speak to people very well now, but were you always like this?
No, definitely not. I used to be extremely shy. I didn't talk to. I had a very close group of friends, a small group of friends. I didn't
Mm.
talk too much. It was I was like so shy that like even like raising my hand in class, I would like I was just a
Oh.
really anxious fucking kid. I hated public speaking. I hated everything like that. But that was more at the start of high school. But then I started just not giving a shit. I'm like, okay, wait, why
Mm,
the fuck do I give a fuck? Why anyone thinks of me? Who are these people? They don't mean anything to me. I'm never gonna see them. Even if I do see them, even if they think the worst things about me, why does it matter? It doesn't affect me. I'm not gonna
mm,
interact with them. Like it literally has nothing to do with me. So once I realized that it's so simple and it sounds so stupid, but
mm,
I mean I don't think a lot of people like realize that. And once I realized that, I started not caring that much. I started,
mm,
speaking my mind, and obviously, here I am now. I don't care. I'll go up to anyone. I'll ask them any question. I don't care.
mm.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, man. I actually relate to that a lot. But yeah, like when I dropped out of high school when I was 16, and again
Hmm.
I had the same thought. Like if I don't give a shit really about what these people say about me, but I remember that's when I started going to the gym when I was like 15. And a guy from my gym, after like my first year in the gym, he said like, "Bro, why do you even lift? You're still like fucking." I was kind of skinny fat, but he thought I was skinny. So he was like, "Bro, you don't have any muscles. Just, bro, it's there's no point in you going to the gym. Like, how would you hate on someone for trying to be healthier? Okay, these types of people. 3 years later, or like 2 years later since that, I see the guy liking my stories, and I'm like, bro, what the fuck? It's like these people they end up looking up to you once you achieve the things that you said you would achieve, and they laugh at you. Like the thought of me having a six pack 3 years ago was like impossible. A lot of people underestimate what they're capable to do once you give it time. Because, correct me if I'm wrong, you can work hard for a month, for 2 months, for 6 months even. You can work extremely hard, whether that's at a business, whether that's in boxing, whether that's in the gym, whatever, whether that's with approaching girls, whatever, and you might not see a lot of results, barely any. But give it 2 years, 3 years, you'll be so surprised by what was possible. That just that 2 to 3 years, it's in my opinion what it takes to see some proper visible results. Would you agree?
In a sense, yeah, maybe more maybe in the physical sense, it's not that
Mm.
fast. But I think people kind of overthink these things. I think people
Uh,
nowadays the world moves so fast that I mean, I started my account like 2.5 months ago. I got
mm,
70,000 followers, and
yeah.
it's not even I did work hard. I'm not gonna lie. I uploaded a lot. I was
Mm,
out every day, but people kind of underestimate how much you could do in a short amount of time. Like, you just
mm,
have to have a plan, do what you think is gonna work, be unique, be yourself. I see all these
mm.
motherfuckers overcomplicating shit, or like they're trying to stick to a script like step by step. But again,
Mm,
everyone's different. What works for one person isn't gonna work for you, and it's with absolutely everything in life. So I think if you're actually obsessed with something, you have a passion for something, you truly want something, and it's in your mind every day, 24 hours a day, you're gonna find a way to get it, and the time will bend at your will. Time will literally bend at your will, and you will achieve it as fast as you want.
I don't know if you've ever maybe got this thought, but I do a lot of times that I'm 18 and I see 16, 15-year-old guys making 20, 30K a month, and I'm like, I'm nowhere near that, you know?
Mhm.
And I'm like, I kind of feel like, am I behind? But I heard from a lot of entrepreneurs that everybody has a different timeline, and that's true. But then again, it's like also hard to not compare yourself with someone your age or even younger that's doing the same or better than you. At least for me, a lot of times. And I just wanted to ask you, how do you look at this? Do you look at it as in an inspiring way, like? at least I compare myself to someone who's better than comparing yourself. Well, at least I'm not a drug addict. At least I'm not that. How do you look at this?
Yeah, the way I look at it, I've heard this quote like comparison is a killer of joy. I completely disagree
Mm.
with it. It's absolutely the way you look at it. I see these motherfuckers, these 16-year-olds, and if they're making 100K a month, I'm like, what the?
Mm.
Why is this dweeb better than me? Why can he do it and why can't I? Like, no, it genuinely pisses me off. I'm like,
Yeah,
this person's not better than me. He's not that
mm,
much smarter. He's probably not even smarter than me. He's not more physically
yeah,
capable. Maybe he has some more work ethic. No, probably not. I can outwork him. I just
mm,
look at it in that way. I'm like, what does he have that I
mm,
don't have? So it like pisses me off. It literally like
mm,
lights a fire in me. But on the other end, like so, yeah, like you said, everyone has their own path. Like honestly,
mm,
I don't really envy some of these kids who made a lot of money when they were young, because then you can look at their lives. Like I know some of these people. I know some pretty young people with a lot of money, and th- it almost they like lose their motivation, and maybe it's just the
mm,
person they are. The money might have been the only thing they cared about, and God gave them that, and then they learn their lesson that money doesn't mean anything. But I mean, I guess it depends on the person, but I feel like it could be a curse, because a lot of these people,
mm,
they get the money, these young kids, and they get fucked over by a woman. They don't know how to spend it. They'll
mm,
just, they'll fuck up their life because they didn't work hard enough. They didn't become a person to receive that kind of money. Like they're still a
mm.
child with like millions of dollars.
If money was no concept, or let's say that you had infinite money, what would you do with your time?
I would be doing the exact same thing I'm doing now.
Mm,
That's how I always looked at it. Like, I hate when people say, "If only I had money, I would do this." No, you have to be doing the
mm,
things now if you want the money. The money's not going to change shit. Like I've seen this time and time again. Like obviously, I'm not that old, but I know people who haven't had money like a year ago. Now they have money, and it doesn't change them. It literally amplifies you. That is one of the most
mm.
true things Andrew Tate ever said. I remember him saying this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it literally amplifies who you are. So first, you have to figure out what kind of person you are. Do the things you want to do already. Work
Mm,
towards the things you want to do. Like, yeah, money's gonna maybe help in some facets, but it's not gonna fundamentally change you. You're not gonna
yeah.
just wake up with $1 billion tomorrow and think you're gonna change the world. Maybe 0.001% of people might do that, but it's literally just gonna
Yeah.
amplify what you're already doing.
Mm. A lot of people use the excuse that what they want to do costs money. Like, I don't know, recording YouTube videos, go boxing, whatever. I'm like, dude, just get a fucking part-time job, buy a camera if you need to, buy a gym membership, or pay a boxing coach or whatever. Like, it's like so many guys. I see this all the time. They think that they're too good to get a job when they've never worked hard at anything. I once had a part-time job for only 2 months. That's the only time I worked in my life. And man, I could tell you those 2 months were the most miserable months of my life, where I was like, I had to wake up at 5 a.m. so to commute to the job, and I'd get home about 6 p.m. So from, like, let's say 5 a.m. to 6 p.m. That's not 9 to 5. That's 5 to 6. And it's like 13 hours of my day stolen for 2 months, like 4 or 5 days a week. But guess what? I use that money to buy better equipment, etc., for podcasts, etc. And it also, I realize how much I fucking hate that, and how I don't want to get to that. Well, what I started doing was started freelancing. I started editing videos for some smaller YouTubers. I made a few $100, etc. And I found a way to, like, kind of like be able to quit that job and be able to replace that income. But it's like, those you need to get such a shitty job that it just soaks up your day. You don't have time to work on your goals or whatever, and it just motivates you on your days off to work hard, or wake up a few hours, like 3 a.m. before the shift, to work on your goals or whatever. A lot of people don't have that fire under their ass, you know.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's so comfortable nowadays, and you're right. There's some people who haven't ever had a real fucking job. They don't know what it's like to work a hard fucking minute in their life. Like my dad has like a flooring company. He owns like flooring company. I used to help him since like 14 to like 18 years old. That shit was fucking miserable. Like I have to wake up at fucking 6. We get home sometimes like 7, 8. Just fucking long
Mm,
ass days. You're
yeah,
on your fucking knees, placing down fucking tile, cleaning up bullshit. I mean, it fucking sucks. And yeah, you're right. I'm like,
yeah,
holy fuck, I never want to do this in my life. I don't care. I'd rather be homeless, but I'm not going to be homeless because I'll
mm,
figure it out. So yeah,
yeah,
you're absolutely right. People don't know what it's like to work hard. They're comfortable. They're still in their parents' house, you know. And I'm not saying you
mm,
have to move out or anything, but I think a lot of people do because your mom's cooking you fucking meals. You're getting
mm,
your bills fucking paid for. You have a bed. There's
yeah,
nothing. There's no stress in your fucking life, and people need stress to change something.
mm,
If everything's good, if everything's fine, there's food, there's water, there's a bed. Like, why do you need to work towards anything?
mm.
Like, I understand people. Some people are going to have motivation no matter what, but it's a lot harder to have motivation when everything's fucking fine.
You know, bro, when I started living alone, I didn't even know how to fucking turn on the washing machine like for the laundry, right? And bro, I'm so thankful for my girlfriend, bro. She taught me how to like use that wash machine, bro. I had dirty clothes in my closet, like sitting for like a fucking month, bro. Like that's how fucking helpless I was. But yeah, cooking, I learned that because of fitness, right? Cooking eggs is not that hard, but like yeah, bro, it's like it kind of forces you to like to learn the things that you kind of relied on your mom to do. At least for me, that was the case. um yeah, man, it's like moving out is nice, but moving to a different country, that's what I want to do this winter. Move back to my home country, to Romania. It's like that's something I'm looking forward to, and it's gonna be again a different experience, right? I'm absolutely by myself there, so that's gonna be something that's gonna be interesting. In what in what way would you say is the best way for a man to challenge himself? Like, for example, moving out. But is there any other way that you would think of?
To challenge themselves, I mean, I would say nowadays it's honestly pretty difficult because, like I said,
Mm,
you're not gonna starve to death. You're not gonna fucking die. Maybe
yeah,
in some third
yeah.
world shitholes, maybe in Romania, I don't know, but in the U.S., you're definitely not dying. Nothing bad realistically is gonna happen. Like, yeah, you'll be homeless for a little bit. You could find a fucking shitty job. You could get a place within a fucking month. So, I
Mm,
mean, I think the way to actually challenge yourself is you have to just chase a goal. You have to chase something you're passionate about.
mm,
And what I mean by that is even if you fail, you're gonna try to keep going. You know, getting up. You're gonna learn. You know, grit, whatever, determination to fucking work hard and whatever, perfect your craft. So I think that's the only way nowadays, and I would say it's probably either has to be financial. You're gonna have to put money on the line. You're gonna, I guess, physically, if you want to play a sport, be like, whatever sport you want to do,
mm,
or yeah, I don't know. I don't know any other endeavors nowadays. I mean, I guess you could join the
mm,
fucking military or something. That's nothing, not something I would ever do. But yeah, you have to put something on the line. There has to be some sort of risk
mm.
for people to challenge themselves. And a lot of people try to challenge themselves by, not having any risk. They're staying at their mom's house. Okay, I'll start an e-commerce
Oh,
business.
yeah.
It takes no startup costs. You're putting nothing on the fucking line.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna half-ass it because it doesn't fucking matter. Nothing's gonna happen. You kind of have to put
Mm,
yourself like you're back against the wall for a little bit, and
mm,
fuck, I have to make it work. There's no other choice. I have to fucking
mm,
make it work.
mm.
So,
Yeah, the having to make it work is so true. I joined the real world, Andrew Tate's the real world 2 years, actually almost 3 years ago when I was like 15,
mhm.
and I was in it for like 2 months and then I quit like a little bitch, right? And because it cost $50 a month and I didn't make any money yet. Bro, there
Yeah,
have been people who made money in their first week, and I was like, how? Because those people really wanted it and I didn't. I learned a lot about freelancing in there, a lot about the copywriting skills, but also just about learning how to sell, etc. And I wouldn't say that was a waste of time because I used that skill 2 years later, right? When I was trying to quit that job from 5 to 6. I'm not going to call it 9 to 5 because it was 5 to 6. And when I was so fucking pissed off, and I only had 2 days off a week, or sometimes I'd have 3 days off. On those days, I would learn how to fucking reach out to people that like smaller YouTubers, do a video for free, charge fucking $20 for a video like a fucking Indian slave wage, and then try to like upsell them, etc. I tried all these things, and it worked out over a few months. Now, granted, I don't make money that way to this day, but that was like my first money online, and that was so nice, bro. And that was from the skills that I learned in 2023 or like 2022, the end of 2022. So a lot of the stuff that you might think that you can't use today, the information, your future self might be grateful for you learning about that right now, like some books, etc. And people are afraid to invest $20 in a book that might save their future marriage, for example. A lot of people, they want to have kids, etc., but they don't read a book on fatherhood, for example, something like that. They don't. They don't try to learn about it and learn from the mistakes of others. And I feel like that's a good use of your time and money a lot of the times.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm not a big fan on books. I've read a few. I'm not gonna lie.
Mm,
If something is interesting, I'll definitely read it. But I mean, I think in this day and age, too many people are relying on information. They'll look up a YouTube video. They'll watch a
yeah.
how-to tutorial. They don't actually go through the trial and error. That's what you have to do because that's how you're actually gonna learn things. I'm not saying books are bad.
Mm,
There's obviously useful information. There's fucking billionaires who have written books. There are fucking amazing people that have written books and have a lot of knowledge and information to share. But I would say most people nowadays, I think that's the wrong advice to give them is read more. You should be doing more. You should
mm.
actually be trying, fail and then figure out for yourself because you actually have to use your fucking brain. Or else you're just a robot. Whatever. Anybody can read a fucking script and figure out like step by step. But
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah.
lost.
I do see what you said. My advice was like kind of that I already assumed that people were action takers. I think that I think that was my assumption, and that's why I gave that. Yeah, I think that the most important thing is, as you said, like taking action and doing the stuff they want to do, and not thinking about it, and then implementing that side. But yeah, my bad, bro. I already assumed that. Yeah, that completely fell out of my mind that I was that kid who'd watch Andrew Tate podcasts for fucking 6 hours a day, 3 different episodes, and don't even record my first video on YouTube. You know, and it's like, yeah, holy shit, dude. Like that just completely went over my head.
Yeah, it's like a
You know,
dopamine rush. It's a dopamine rush.
mm, when you got the idea of street interviews, did you like go immediately ahead to do it, like as soon as you got the idea, or did you
Yeah,
overthink it?
it was literally the same day. Like spring break started in Florida, and I'm like, okay, fuck, I've seen these people recording like street interviews, but they're asking
Mm,
stupid questions. I'm like, I'll do it better. So I went to the beach. I
mm,
I fucking went to Target. I was asking this guy for a mic. There was no microphone in Target. So I asked the guy who was working there. He's like, "Oh, you need a microphone? I could get one at my house for $20." So I gave him I gave him $20. He came back with a microphone. Microphone didn't fucking work. I was so pissed off. I
mm,
wanted to start the same fucking day. I went back to my apartment. I fucking ordered DoorDashed it from fucking Target or wherever. It was like a $20 mic, same one I'm using
mm,
today. And I went out that same night. There's like a strip by my house where there's clubs, bars, whatever. I recorded it.
mm.
I asked. It was literally all in the
How
same day.
how do you approach those people?
I just say, hey, do you want to be in a quick interview for an Instagram video? And then they might ask, like, oh, what's the questions? I usually just say, oh, they're just funny questions.
Yeah. Was it hard like to approach people in the beginning, or were you like even like nervous about it when you started?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, like a little bit. It
Mm,
was obviously a little uncomfortable. I never did that, but I'm like, it doesn't matter. Who gives a shit? I'm just gonna go ahead and ask. Yeah, I guess
mm,
the first few times were I was a little uncomfortable, but
mm.
after like whatever a few times, and it doesn't even fucking matter anymore.
What was like the most awkward situation or conversation that you can recall?
No, there's been a lot. I mean, there's a lot of awkward moments. I remember just the other day, I asked these like two girls. They looked like they were like about 18 years old. And the first question I asked them, I, no, I asked them their name, and then the question I asked was, if you thought if you thought some humans were like less than you, they were absolutely disgusting. Do you think would you take their fat and make it into soap? And they just walked away. They're like, "What? What are you asking me?"
What
That
the
was pretty
yeah.
funny.
I didn't understand the question. Turn their fat into soap.
Yeah, because I guess that's what the Nazis used to do with Jewish people.
Oh my god, bro. Bro, I didn't get it at first, but now, oh shit. Yeah. Do you think they got this point, or they were
No,
just confused?
no,
No.
they were
Yeah.
probably like, "What the fuck is this question?" That is extremely weird. I mean, I understand why they thought that, and I could have
Oh
just
my
warmed up
god.
with an easier question. But whatever.
Oh my god, bro. Yeah, bro. Like, holy shit. That's an interesting question, but even I couldn't think of that. Holy shit. Have your have your videos ever like gotten you into trouble, like offending some people and then someone threatening you, or you know?
In real life, no. I mean, there's been a few people who are like, after we record, I obviously ask them instigating questions like, "Oh, can you delete it?" I mean, if they ask like right away, I'll go ahead and delete
Mm,
it. I don't care.
yeah.
But there's been a lot of people who like DM me on Instagram and say, "Oh my God, that's me. Can you delete it?" I'm like, "No, too late. You already said yes. I didn't force you to do anything. Now you're DMing me just because it started getting some views. I
Mm,
mean, I can't delete half the videos because of these
mm.
fucking. It's obviously girls DMing me. I remember one time a girl's mom DM'd me, and
Oh
she's
shit.
like, "You're gonna be arrested in 1 hour. My daughter has DM'd you like 10 times. So yeah, you have 1 hour to take the video down." I'm like, what the fuck can you
What
possibly
the
do
fuck?
to me? She said yes. She's clearly standing there willingly. Like I'm holding a fucking microphone. There's obviously a phone in front of her fucking face. I'm not removing shit. Just because, and it was a body count question. I asked the girl her body count. It was like 6 at 18, which is holy fuck. That's insane. So obviously she didn't want her daughter to be embarrassed, but
Mm.
that's unfortunate, and I'm not gonna remove it just because you
I'd
feel
be
uncomfortable.
surprised that a mom is kind of trying to defend that, you know?
No, I mean I see her point of view. Like she doesn't want her daughter to be seen at like
Mm.
a
I
whore,
mean,
but
yeah.
I mean if she is, then I'd rather have people know.
I mean, even if you look at it in today's world, like 6 at 18, bro, in my country, like, bro, like girls have like 6 at 15 too. Like, I knew one girl, bro. I knew one girl. When I was like, I think 15 or 16, and she
Hmm.
would just turned 15. Asked her what's her body count, and she said 18. 18 dudes at 15. She was from Bulgaria, but like, dude, how 18 at 15 years old? That's more than her age. And I was like, I was just 15 or 16 years old at the time. That got me so red pilled. I'm like looking at it like, dude, like this is over, bro. Like the girl that seemed innocent that I would never thought of, and even so young, bro. At 15, you're still kind of a kid. If she started at 14, maybe even earlier, bro, that's pedophilia, bro. What the fuck? I mean, holy shit, dude. So it's like I don't know what it's like in the U.S. The age of consent here is like 15. Yeah,
Oh
you can
really?
legally do that. 15 and 15. But if you're like above 18, there can be more than a 5 year gap. So a 15-year-old can go with a 20-year-old, but 21 is illegal. So it's
Yeah.
like that's like kind of the laws here. But
Uh,
what is it like in the U.S.?
Um, I think the age of consent is depends by state. I think the average is
Mm.
16, but again, it's only like 16 to 18. And I think if you're above 18, then you can't. And then yeah, then it's
Oh,
18, whatever you do whatever you want.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean it's kind
Shit.
of similar to Romania, where yeah, these girls, I knew girls in my high school. I remember this bit. She was 18. I think she had like 50 bodies, 50 plus.
Whoa, holy! That's
No,
a
it
whole
was
football
my
football
I,
team, bro.
no, it wasn't even like I don't know how the fuck, but she was fucked up. Her father, like, obviously wasn't in her life. But
Yeah.
I mean, now to think back, like, I'm in high school. Like, obviously something's fucking wrong. But I mean, now looking
Mm.
back, what the fuck? That's fucking insane. This
Yeah.
bitch should be locked up. Like, what?
Yeah.
Fucking
You
terrorist.
know, a lot of girls will lie about their body counts, etc., which is like to be expected, right? And a lot of times you hear in the relationship later on after a few months, she tells you it's actually not two, it's four, and then it's actually five, and then it more and more, right? Is there like any way to tell if a chick is a hoe, even if she like pretends to be like pure?
I mean, it's just a feeling. You just know by the way they fucking
Mm,
act, by the way they carry themselves. Like, you're right. There might be some girls that look kind of innocent, and
yeah.
then you find out they fucked fucking 20 motherfuckers from the fucking swimming team or whatever the fuck.
Ah, yeah.
So I mean, no, but usually you could tell. You can kind of
Mm.
sniff it out. Like, I don't think it's that hard to know if a
There's
girl.
like there's like this one question that you can always ask is like, what do you think about girls with high body counts, etc. And like if they'll say like, hey, their body, their choice, etc. It's usually because she did a lot of that stuff in the past, and if she's gonna say that's disgusting, a woman should never, it's like a lot of them will also virtue signal like that. I get it, but it's just like, I mean, if a girl wants to lie, she's just gonna lie. Like that's just the truth, bro. Like there's no real way to tell.
I don't know. There is, just by the way she acts. Like, you could sniff it
Yeah.
out. You could sniff it out.
You know, also in terms of guys, bro, a lot of guys are not getting laid. What is it like? 1 in 3 guys is not has not had sex in a year or something like that.
Oh yeah, I
Bro,
saw
like a
that.
lot
I
of
saw that like a day ago.
yeah,
That's
like a lot
insane.
of guys are, bro. They are like fucking dry as hell. Like they haven't gotten laid in a while. And why do you think that is? What do you think is the main reason why guys are struggling with chicks?
I mean, it's definitely social media. Social media has
Mm.
just fucked up the whole fucking dating scene. Like, yeah, I mean, I can't really say what it was like before that because I'm still fucking 20 years old. But I mean, I guess
Mm,
in high school you have a community, you have friends, and you meet people
mm,
that way. But nowadays, literally everything's online. Most people are doing like working remote, where they're in a fucking
mm,
online class. They're not going out to socialize. Like, half of these people nowadays are fucking autistic. They literally don't know how to fucking speak. They're on dating apps, they're swiping, they're DMing fucking chicks, but then on the girl side,
mm.
there's fucking 20 guys DMing her every day to fucking take her
Oh
on a
yeah.
fucking date or whatever the fuck. And yeah, I mean, it's completely fucked. Nobody's socializing. I mean, these women think they're better than they are. Some of these men's self esteems get fucking absolutely nuked because the fucking three at the club rejected him, even though he's a lot better looking than the chick, just because some Chad fucked her one time. No, it's honestly
Yeah.
insane. It's fucking mind
Yeah.
blowing.
Holy shit, dude. And also, girls will so often say, like, you ask her, like, hey, or you're like talking to anyone else, she'll say, no, I'm not really talking to anybody. And then you look at their fucking Snapchat and they have like a 60-day streak with us with like 10 other dudes. Oh, that is one, bro. That is one story ever. There was one girl at New Year's party in my country. By the way, here the legal drinking age is 18, so like we can legally drink at 18. So we had this party, right? Whatever. We were playing like a bottle game. We would spin a bottle and whatever, truth or dare, that type of stuff.
Hmm.
And I dared her to like show me her DM requests. Like this chick had only like fucking 600 followers or 700 followers.
Yeah.
She had like fucking 50 or 60 dudes like unopened messages in their requests, right? That she hasn't even approved, and they were saying like beautiful ass on a picture on the beach, right? She would take a picture on the beach and he'd say, "Let me clap those cheeks" or something like that, and guys would like, text all this weird shit like. Bro, you're like kind of being creepy, especially if you don't even have a profile picture. She's not gonna respond to that, but like she had like, I'm not like over exaggerating, like dozens, like 40, 50, 60 of those, like, and it's like sh- yes, that's absolutely understanding. Like, guys will always hit on chicks. Um, but then when she says, "Are you talking to anybody else?" and she's gonna say, "No, not really," and she has a lot of guys that she's stringing along that are in the friend zone without even knowing it. She doesn't really count that as stalking to anyone, just flirting over text, etc. When can I meet you? And she keeps like flaking or saying that I can't, sorry, my car broke down or whatever, all the stuff. And girls don't really, they don't count as stalking to someone unless it's like someone that they want, you know.
Yeah.
If a guy wants a girl, she will not count that guy as someone she's talking to, you know, even if she's stringing them along. And so just be, I'd say to guys, be careful about that, bro. Like, honestly, I don't think that it's irrational for you to only once at least, like, see what who she's texting, because she has a whole lot of herd of guys there. If you're looking to take this girl seriously, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of guys, again, I think they overcomplicate shit. And if you're texting a bitch all day and
Mm,
that's all you're doing and you're not meeting her, she's giving you nothing in return. First of all, what the fuck are you doing? I mean, I
yeah.
get some of these guys are so fucking desperate. They have nothing else going on in their lives that they're gonna sit there and entertain a bitch all day that hasn't even met up
Mm,
with them. But I mean, if you're focused on something like something
mm,
beyond just women, if you're working towards something every day, you have a fucking bigger goal. When you
yeah.
walk outside, motherfuckers can smell your ambition, then the woman will come to you. They will want you automatically, and she could be texting 100 other guys. That doesn't mean anything. She'll want you because you have something more important going on. You don't put her on a fucking pedestal. She's not a fucking
Mm,
queen. She's chasing you. But now it's completely flipped. Nowadays, these all these motherfuckers are chasing a bitch or chasing a fucking
yeah.
whore with 100 bodies. It's insane. It's delusion.
Mm. You know, I let me know if you agree with this or not, but I think that it's a lot easier to raise up a girl in real life than over text or on Tinder, at least from my experience, because on Tinder, bro, girls swipe to so many guys, for example, that she has literally comparison. But in real life, you go up to speak to her. Not a lot of guys do speak to girls at the gym, on the treadmill, whatever. Just like wave at her, make her take her headphones off, and just speak to her. And if she's like being cold or dry, just say, "Hey, like, yeah, I'll let you work out, whatever." And like, it's just not that awkward, right? Be okay with rejection. But in my opinion, it's so much easier to get a girl interested like in real life than through text, because through text on social media she can go text Chad, she can go text Tyrone immediately, and she has so many other guys like right next at the tip of her fingertips. She can order guys to her home like fucking Uber Eats. She can say, "Hey, I'm home alone tonight, you can come by," and she would have like 10 different dudes that would come by tonight, right?
Yeah.
Like, how many average guys have 10 chicks that would come over tonight right now? No, zero, right? But when you talk to a girl in real life, you have such a better closing rate, in my opinion, because there's a lot less guys that will talk to her in real life than send her a DM on Instagram, right? They don't even check their DM requests, which I understand.
Yeah, I mean, you hit it on the fucking nail. Yeah, nobody comes up to girls nowadays. No one knows how to fucking talk. So you just don't
Mm,
be fucking creepy. I mean, obviously,
yeah.
if you're a fat, disgusting slob who sits on Reddit all day, maybe don't go up to a
Everything.
maybe don't go up to a woman.
Uh,
Anything you say will be fucking creepy, and she might call the police on you. So be fucking careful.
oh my god.
I mean, if you're decently looking, you dress all right, you're not completely a fucking slob. Then I mean, just say
Mm,
something to the bitch, and she'll give you her fucking number. It's not that hard.
yeah. You know, uh, I actually like don't think that a lot of guys like say like ask when does the gym close, or do you know where this place is, whatever. Make an excuse to open the conversation, and that can work, right? But I feel like it's, at least from my experience, it just works so much better when you go there with clear intentions. Like, hey, what's your name? How long have you been going to this gym? Ah, Vanessa. How old are you? Make sure like she's at least 18 if you're older. Uh, and then bro, like you can ask a girl like, "Hey, what are you doing after gym? You want to go grab coffee?" And it's like Guys will get a girl's Instagram and ask her out on a date via text instead of asking her right then and there, do you want to go on a date right now? And it's like, it's a clear yes or no. And it's like so much easier, in my opinion, you know?
Yeah, yeah, you're right. I mean, everyone has their different ways and styles. You
Mm,
know, however you
yeah,
want to fucking play it. Don't try to act like not
yeah,
yourself, because I think that's a
yeah.
problem nowadays. Someone tries to copy someone's script, like word
Oh,
for word.
yeah.
Be fucking
Scripts
genuine.
don't work. Scripts don't work, man.
Just be genuine. Be yourself. That's all you
Oh
can
my
do.
god, bro! I have this one quick story. One time I fucked up, like big time. There was this one girl at the gym. She had blue leggings and a blue sports bra, like a light blue.
Hmm.
Um, and she was like kind of a little bit thicker. So I was like, hey, whatever. Like,
Yeah.
she was pretty pretty, right? Like, I'm not into fat chicks, but she was pretty
I hope not.
cute. And I was like, I went up to her, and bro, this is, I speak before I think about what I say, and I just like I said, your outfit looks real nice. You look like a. This is gonna sound stupid, but I used the whale. I called her like a whale, where she was wearing blue, like light blue, and she was like, "Oh, thanks," and awkward, and I was like, "Oh no, I don't mean it like that." But she knew that I basically, but I didn't even call her a whale because she was fat or like thick, whatever. I called her whale because of the colors. I could have said a dolphin or anything. So this was like one time I kind of fucked up. But even with these awkward fuck ups, I now have something that I laugh back at whenever I think about this story, and it just makes me laugh. So I don't. If I would go back in time, I'd just do it all over again because, bro, I can't stop laughing about it, man.
Yeah,
Holy
exactly.
shit!
Motherfuckers overthink things. They think, yeah, yeah, exactly. You're gonna look back, you're gonna laugh, or you're not even gonna remember a fucking awkward moment.
It's
Nobody
it's
cares.
kind of like a win-win. You either fuck up and you get an interesting, cool story that you can tell to some other girl on a date, for example, or you get this girl, bro. So it's like it's a win-win in my opinion, even if fucking up, bro.
Exactly.
I did a lot of fuck ups, bro. It's just so hilarious. Oh man, but yeah, man. We're speaking about guys being creepy. What makes a guy creepy to a girl, except for like not taking care of himself, being fat, ungroomed, bad skin, all of that stuff, stinky breath, whatever. But what makes other than that makes a guy like creepy, like in his behavior, maybe?
When they're too needy, like,
Oh shit!
oh my god, I've seen so many guys. They want
Oh
pussy
man!
so fucking bad, and it's
Oh,
almost like
oh man!
sexual harassment. It's literally sexual
Oh
harassment.
shit!
You're fucking like, there's just this aura around you that's just like,
Mm.
get the fuck away from me. I'm about to fucking rape you. That's what it fucking feels like to the girl. I'm not even
Oh man!
kidding. Like, I've seen these motherfuckers who are just so fucking horny and desperate. It's fucking
Like in
embarrassing.
what situation? Like,
Like at a club, let's say, and the girl's clearly not fucking interested, and this motherfucker will keep talking to her
oh,
or like keep trying to like, oh
oh
come on,
shit!
no, like just
Oh
extremely fucking
hell no! Never try to convince a girl to do anything.
yeah, exactly. And no, yeah, that is
That's like
fucking
the worst thing you
weird.
can ever do. Oh
I've
my
seen
god,
that.
bro.
I've seen that a few times. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Oh my god, bro.
It's fucking weird.
Um.
It's
Yeah,
fucking
bro.
weird.
Convincing a girl will always like end up badly. Like it will never go the way you want it to, and it's just like it just makes you, even you feel a little bit like, why am I convincing this girl? You know, like, holy shit, dude. Um. Yeah, man. I would feel kind of. I don't know how I would feel if I was a girl in today's world. Like, yeah, it's nice to get all of this attention, etc. But you don't only attract the chads. You don't only attract the guys who want to fly you out, etc. But you also attract a lot of creeps, a lot of stalkers, a lot of guys who are very fucking weird. And especially like girls go on a first date with a dude that they think is cool, and
Mhm.
he's starting to act weird and shit. It's like if you had a daughter, what would you tell her to stay safe?
That's hard, man. I hope I don't fucking have a daughter in this day and age. I don't
Ah,
know because
yeah.
I don't know what you can do. I mean, you could
Uh,
try to teach her the best you can. You could try to, kind
mm,
of not let her go out too much and know where the fuck she's going, who she's interacting with.
mm,
But I don't know. It's hard nowadays.
mm,
There's so many pussy fucking men that are
uh,
just completely fucked up in the head.
yeah,
They're just not fucking men. So I don't know what I would do. I don't think there's a solution.
yeah. Honestly, I think that it's very good when a dad has a good relationship with his daughter because if she trusts him, she will give her dad her look. I had one girl on a date. She had she gave her dad her location, right? And during the date, her dad called her and she was like, "Can I pay this up?" And I was like, "Yeah, absolutely. I don't mind it at all." Right?
Yeah.
And the dad wanted to speak to me, and I was like, "Whoa, okay. I don't even know this girl, but okay." And he just basically it was like a 30-second conversation like, hey, when is she coming home, that was so nice because that was the first time I had a girl on a date who had a good relationship with her dad like that. She gave him her location and the dad called her and wanted to speak to me, right? And it's like, bro, like in my opinion, that's what I would do if I was a dad. Like, bro, like actually have a good relationship with her daughter so that she wants to tell me about every dude she's seeing, right? And she wants like in my opinion, bro, that was so wholesome. Like honestly, I just like this girl so much, and her dad was cool as fuck. So yeah, man, that was like a cool story.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, I wish that could be a reality. Maybe still in
Mm.
Romania, maybe some countries in Europe. But dude, these fucking women out here. I mean, maybe in some small towns you'll find some good ones with a decent relationship with their dads. But
um,
I mean, social media is just so strong on these women's fucking brains.
oh
I
shit,
mean,
yeah.
it's so hard to convey, especially a woman, because they're so like obviously emotional. They're more susceptible to this programming and brainwashing that
Mm.
even if you're a strong fucking figure, you literally have to not let her use her phone, not let her fucking watch
Mm.
TV, like barely fucking have like no outside influence because all the fucking outside influence is fucking poisoning her mind. So
Mm.
it's fucking hard nowadays.
Yeah, that's really interesting, man. Honestly, how often would you say girls lie about their body counts? Like, how would you say in percentage? Like, is it like 80%, 90% of the time? Like, what's the chance that she's lying about it?
99.9%. I'm not even
Oh,
trolling. I'm not even trolling.
um, I
99.
mean, bro, that's like a very common like um thing that they lie about. I'm not gonna lie. Um, yeah, man, it's all the time. It's like people think that, oh, how could you sleep with 20 guys? I don't even know 20 guys, whatever. Guys would say that because it's like harder for guys to get laid.
Yeah.
But like a lot of guys like don't realize that a girl can sleep with like 15, 20 guys in like 1 year of college, right? It's like it's not really that hard when you're in the dorms and it's like you just meet in class, you just sleep with this one dude, this one from seniors that's gonna be gone in a few months, so you're never gonna have to meet him again. It's like just so easy and just like so coincidental, and it's like just one at a time. Just this one time won't hurt, right? And then they do 20 times over and over again. So it's like, yeah, it's very very easy and very quick for girls to rack up bodies. Surprisingly, I didn't
Yeah,
understand this concept.
that's why I'm not gonna find a wife in the U.S. There's 0% chance. I'm going to Europe. I'm
uh,
going to fucking Lithuania, where my parents are from. Gonna get a
oh,
nice fucking
oh,
girl there who's not completely fucked. Like obviously the brainwashing is getting there too. They obviously consume
yeah.
similar content, but like the family structure is still better there. But here,
Mm.
especially in fucking Florida, like obviously this is probably the worst of the worst where women can get. Fucking Miami. But I mean, it's insane. These fucking women you see out here,
Mm.
it's
I
disgusting.
saw a street interview in Russia. They asked the girls how many genders there are, and but all of them said two.
Yeah,
All of them, right? And then they asked them like, "Do you want to have kids?" And I think 9 out of 10 of them said yes, I want to have kids, right? And it's like more than 10, right? But it's like, dude, it's just like it's completely different worlds if you think about it, right? Like it's completely different.
yeah,
And also,
yeah.
why are so many girls fucking fat? Okay, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I think that there was this one tweet from Ye, right, from Kanye, where he said that like fat bitches are sex offenders, and bro, I'm not gonna lie, bro, they are sexually offensive. Like, it's just like I'm gonna, bro, like I'm I don't know what is the threshold to it between a girl being just like a little thicker, which I don't really mind, but a girl being like fat, like weighing more than me. I weigh like 165 pounds. If she girl weighs more than 165, like that's to me like a little too much. I don't want a chick fatter than me, you know. It's like, yeah, man. Why are so many girls fat and guys too? Granted.
I mean, in the U.S., like the food's fucking poison. Like I remember I was playing hockey in Lithuania. I was there, and this one person, one kid on my team was like, "Yeah, I flew to the U.S. to play hockey for a year, and like the first month, I gained 20 pounds." They're like, "Your food is
What the
poison," and it's 100% true. I remember I was in like Paris recently, in fucking London. I've been to Europe a decent amount of times, and every time I eat there, my stomach doesn't feel fucked. I don't feel bloated.
Mm,
But then you come back to the U.S., you have to watch fucking extremely close what you eat because you can't go out to these
mm,
fucking restaurants. They're cooking and bullshit. Even the fucking food you buy in the grocery store, even if you think it's better or organic, whatever, fucking local grown.
mm,
I mean, the soil's fucking poison. So I mean, the food is here is
mm,
fucking awful. Like I love the U.S. Like I love the culture here. I love like like the hustle. You could like literally do anything in the U.S. But the food, holy fuck, you can't eat. You have to be extremely
mm.
careful with what you eat.
uh, Man, I think that yeah, the U.S. foods are very unhealthy, but I think that by far it's no competition to Indian, bro. Indians have the worst diets on earth. Bro, holy shit, so much bread, so much spices. No wonder they smell so fucking bad. Bro, Indians have the worst diet on earth. Like, that's why most of them have bad genetics. That's why Pakistanis and Indians like complain about bad genetics. Bro, like you look at an Indian meal. I went to an Indian restaurant. It was mostly just bread and sauce and a little bit of beef, right? And it was just like it tastes nice. It tastes nice, yeah, but it's just like it's pure just carbs, and it's like, yeah, that's by far in my opinion the worst diet you can be on. It's an Indian diet. Man,
Yeah, those
that
Indians
must.
are fucking cooked. I mean, I've seen the videos of the street food. There's rats running around. Like
Oh man.
they're fucking. Their hands are dirty. They're fucking. But they were rubbing. I remember I saw this video. He was like rubbing bread in his armpits. I don't know what
Oh.
the fuck is going on in
Oh
India, but
man,
they have fucking
it's
lost
a
it.
different world, bro.
Fucking
Oh
different.
man, how do you keep a conversation going? A lot of people like struggle with this, whether they speaking to a girl or just to some new guy at the gym or whatever with new people. How do you keep a conversation going?
I mean, I guess it depends. Sometimes I
Mm.
won't. If I feel like the
Mm.
conversation's going nowhere or it's fucking
Mm.
awkward, clearly the other person doesn't
Yeah.
want to talk, or even me, I might be uninterested. I'll fucking end it right there.
Mm.
I don't give a shit. But I mean,
Yeah.
to keep it going, I don't think there's effort to keep it going. If things are flowing, they're flowing.
Ah.
If there's chemistry, there's chemistry. If not, there's not. I don't. I'm
Mm.
a person. I don't try to force things. If I try
Mm.
something and it doesn't work, and I try a few times and it keeps not working, then I take that as a sign of, okay, maybe try something else. Maybe take a different approach.
Mm.
Like every time I try to force things, at least in my experience, it never works out. It never fucking works out.
Mm.
And why do you want it? Clearly, the universe is
Mm.
trying to tell you something that it's not supposed to be. So I mean, I think it should
Oh.
just be natural.
That's actually a really good piece of advice. A lot of guys talk about the awkward silence,
Yeah,
but I'm like always asking, why is the silence awkward? Why can't
yeah.
you just stare the girl in the eyes and see her licking her lips and just having that tension between the two of you? Why does the awkward have to be silence? If you're like flickering around or if you're going on your phone pretending to check anything, right? It's like, yeah, you're gonna make it awkward that way. Um, but awkward doesn't always have that silence does not always have to be awkward. Um, but yeah, bro, if there's are awkward silences, what I will say is that probably the second person doesn't really give a shit that much about speaking to you. Because, bro, honestly, if a girls keep the try their best to keep their conversation going when they're speaking to you if they like you. Like they will try to ask you questions, try to like find out who you are, etc. If she doesn't ask anything back, she probably doesn't really care. That's like a thing that I start to like notice. Why do
Yeah.
guys even like? Why do guys even get intimidated by speaking to people?
Why? I mean, again, it goes back to, I guess, social media. Like nowadays,
Mm.
the kids grow up on their fucking phones. Like you're
Oh shit.
snapping girl. You like even when I fucking was growing up, you're snapping girls. You're texting them.
Yeah.
You're not approaching them. Like social media has completely fucked everything. You're FaceTiming. Nothing's face to face nowadays.
Mm.
That's why
Oh yeah.
social media is such a fucking. It's just such a detriment. Like obviously, I'm on fucking social media. I'm trying to spread a message. Like it's good in certain
Yeah.
aspects, but I mean, it's just it made people autistic. Or even during like COVID, like I feel bad for the little kids who like grew up during COVID, especially
Oh
especially when
shit.
you're like probably like 4 years old. That probably fucked up
Yeah.
your brain. Wait, you're with masks. You have to
Yeah.
stay away from people. Like that's gonna leave
Yeah.
some like scar in their fucking brain. They might not
Yeah.
be the same again. So I mean, yeah, it's just all this shit, especially fucking social media and
Oh
phones.
yeah. And the thing is, bro, just go speak to the fucking 300-pound janitor lady or whatever. Like, go speak to the fucking shopkeeper. Like, hey, well, how's your day going? Whilst you're just like, beeping the card in, whatever. Have a 20-second conversation. Like, it's just like it's kind of like social lubrication. You just like kind of get used to speaking to people. It's just like a good habit to have. Or saying just walking by someone and say, "Hey, nice outfit," whatever. Even if their shit looks fucking gay, who cares?
No,
um,
that's actually a good point. That actually helps a lot. Like the days I feel like I'm flowing the most, like ideas are coming to me. Like those are the
mm,
times that I'm actually talking to people. You know, whether it's just
mm,
something small. I mean, obviously, some days I won't want to talk to fucking anyone, and I won't talk to
no,
them. But yeah, you have to. Yeah, it's like a muscle you have to train. You know, you just yeah,
mm,
go say hi, go fucking ask, like you said, the fat Mexican janitor, how's her fucking day going? While she's
yeah,
scrubbing shit off the toilet, just do something.
yeah. Start speaking them in his language, hijo de puta. Try to learn something from him. Who's like the most interesting person you interviewed or spoke to, like in the street interviews? You can remember like a really like fucking weird or interesting person they can remember.
Yeah, one person comes to mind right away. It was this it was this black guy who was dressed in like all pink, and
Hmm?
he like wasn't wearing not really wearing pants. Like he was just covering kind of his dick and balls. I was like, what the
What? How? Like with his hands?
No, no, it was like some weird underwear thing, thong. I don't know. It was fucking disgusting and weird. But obviously, it made for a good clip. Um, I mean, to be honest, he wasn't too interesting. He was just fucking delusional. But I mean, I guess
Mm,
he had some solid things to say. I'm not gonna lie. Like I asked him why is he dressed this way. He's like, because I don't conform to society. I don't let the
mm,
rules of society like get to me. Something along those lines. Which
mm.
it was a fair point, but he's doing the exact opposite. Society wants him to be all fucked up and dressed like a fucking woman when he's a man.
Oh yeah.
So he got psyoped. But I mean, I guess what he said was, I mean, he has some common sense. I guess I don't know.
Interesting. Who do or when do people get called crazy? Like like Ye does Kanye. He gets called crazy. A lot of other people get called crazy. At what point do you think people are not acceptable of their opinions?
Um,
Because there's usually some threshold
I
where
mean, I
people are
think
gonna tolerate.
that's a good question because I think the people who are hyper successful, who achieve things, who are extremely like successful or popular or have
Mm,
achieved great things, they're all fucking crazy. They all have a couple
mm,
screws loose to even get to that point because it's unnatural. All you should want to do is live like the people in Africa. You know, chill under a fucking tree,
yeah.
maybe build a little mud hut for when it fucking rains, have a banana fall on your head, maybe an antelope,
Yeah.
gallops by, you throw a spear at it, and that's your food for the month. You know, fuck a few fucking women, have a few
Yeah,
children. That's what
yeah,
humans want. Like that's all they need. But to achieve
mm,
something that's greater beyond yourself, you have to be a little crazy. But then
mm,
to have your opinions dismissed, I guess once you have so much influence and power, I guess it started with Andrew Tate, even though I don't know what exactly Andrew
yeah,
Tate said that was so controversial that him getting canceled. But when you have such a big platform and you go against the grain, you say something that,
mm,
doesn't help support their agenda and you have this much influence, like obviously Ye and him, calling out Jews. And then
yeah.
you see who owns the media, it all makes sense. So, I mean, yeah, once you go against their narrative, then absolutely they're going to try to censor you, call
Yeah.
you crazy, shut you down.
I mean, definitely, Ye pushes the limits a lot. Like when you
Oh,
think
yeah.
about it, you have to beat up your Jews or whatever he posted on Twitter. That Twitter one day was quite interesting, but yeah, Adolf Hitler. But when the thing that completely got me was the fucking swastika chain. You saw that one, right? With the diamonds, right? Yeah, yeah, bro. Like that was like the final nail in the coffin. Where it was like, okay, he's going full on this way, right? And he had that song when it was Heil Hitler in the lyrics, and Spotify deleted that. Only World War III is on
Yeah.
Spotify with his newest ones. Like, yeah, and it's, people still re-uploaded that as a podcast, right?
Yeah.
And like I still have it on Spotify in my playlist, right? Right, I listen to it in the gym. Not gonna lie. Um, but yeah, bro, it's like it's interesting. It's interesting with Tate. He said a lot of things that people were afraid to say, but were thinking, and he said it in a way that he knew it would piss people off. But if he didn't piss them off, he wouldn't get the attention and to open their minds, in my opinion. I
Yeah.
would also say that maybe the one main thing I can remember that people are going crazy over is the authority thing. Like, if you have a girlfriend that you're responsible for, you also should have some authority over her, which I agree. I can't lie, bro. I completely agree with it. Like, if you're responsible if something happens to her, you should have the authority to tell her, don't go out at 10 p.m. at night outside by yourself, right? I absolutely think that that's reasonable. It's like with a kid, bro. It's like if you're responsible for that kid, bro, you should have the authority to tell him, no, you're staying home. Like, you're not going out when it's dark outside. I
Yeah.
wanted to get in some rapid fire questions before we wrap up.
Huh?
Ready?
I'm ready.
Black women or white women?
Obviously, white woman. Come on.
Would you rather have a slut daughter or a gay son?
I mean, I'd rather put a bullet in my head, but that question's so unrealistic. I'm not gonna answer that because neither
uh,
is gonna happen. I'm not gonna curse myself by saying pass.
uh, what's the most memorable video you ever recorded? This doesn't have to be a street interview or whatever, but the most memorable video you ever made.
Video. I mean, I guess I haven't done too many videos, so I guess I'd have to say a street interview. I guess it's when I ran into Speed. I mean, I would
Ah,
say, he's obviously probably one of the most popular people in the world right now. So I mean, I guess that was pretty cool running into
mm.
him.
What do your haters say the most?
My haters, I don't know, racist, anti-Semitic, piece of shit, kill yourself. We're gonna
Mm,
jump you when I fucking see you. I hope somebody, all this shit.
mm,
But yeah, that's what they
mm.
say.
What's the best advice you've been given?
So, sorry, can you repeat that?
What's the best advice you've been given?
Fuck. Um, it sounds kind of corny, but honestly, if you put your mind to something and you believe that you could do
Mm,
it, then you could do it. Like that sounds so fucking corny, and like
yeah,
everybody says that, but I mean, it's so fucking true. It is so true.
yeah. When something is repeated a lot of the times, it's usually because it's true, and people just don't take it seriously. If something you keep hearing over and over again, it's probably for a reason. You know, what's the stupidest advice someone has given you?
uh, I want to say I wouldn't say it's stupid, but I don't think it kind of works nowadays. But like, just keep your head
Mm,
down, be humble, and work hard.
mm,
I just don't. I want to expand a little on that because obviously you have to
mhm.
work down, like have some humility. But
Yep.
nowadays, especially with the social media, and that's where all the fucking attention is. That's where most of the money is. You have to have personality. You have to be like almost flamboyant. You have to express yourself. You
Mm,
have to be shit
yeah.
talking. You have to have some ego. Like you don't
Mm,
see any of these fucking influencers with a platform that are just humble all the time. It's like
mm,
I guess that did work back then, but nowadays I think it's the opposite.
yeah. If you had to delete one religion, which one would you delete?
You're gonna put me on the spot like that.
Hey,
I
I
would
can
say
give you my
the
answer.
synagogue of Satan.
Ah, yeah. Do you? How would you describe yourself in 2 words?
That nigga.
Good shit, bro. Do you have a favorite quote?
Fuck. Shit, nothing is coming to the top of my head right now. I definitely have a few that I've
Mm,
honestly no, nothing comes to mind
okay.
right now. I'm gonna
Mm.
no.
If someone, let's say, if all of your everything you've ever said would be deleted, and everything you will make will be deleted, what would you in like 60 seconds say to someone that you want to remember as like your message? If somebody would never watch your content before and never will again, what's one message they would want to tell them?
Question question everything. Do exactly what you want to do. Don't follow other people's dreams. Don't follow what other people want to do. Work hard. Have a good family. Treat others with respect. How
Mm,
you want to be treated. And I mean, there's one life, and it's up to you how you're gonna fucking live it. Are you gonna be a slave,
mm,
a little bitch who's gonna follow the rules and not do what he wants, or are you
mm,
gonna live out your life to your fullest potential, do exactly what you want to do, and
mm.
just have a blast fucking doing it?
Hermes, this has been amazing, bro. What's next for you?
What's next? I mean, I'm gonna try to do like longer form videos. I'm gonna try to go to maybe like some gay pride fucking parades, maybe
Oh
a
yeah,
lot of like
that
delusional
would be.
people are. I'm gonna start uploading that
Mm,
to like Rumble. I haven't made a channel yet,
mm,
but I will today. I'm gonna start streaming a little more to kind of get my
mm,
message across on like whatever monkey or whatever. I've been doing that a little bit,
mm,
but yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna, I guess, keep making people think, keep trying to
mm.
expose truths, and have fun doing it. Put some comedic
Holy
flair to it.
shit, bro. If you went to fucking LGBT parade disguised as one of them, interviewing them as an imposter, and then actually like put him on a spot, bro, that would be fucking huge.
Yeah, I want to do
Oh,
something like that. I do want to do something.
yo, one line that I used to, I once asked a girl like was, "If I wasn't gay, would you fuck me?" Right? And because I saw that on Instagram Reels. In real life, it doesn't work like that. It still makes you look fucking creepy, bro. Never ask that again, bro. That's just, it's like when is there's a camera in front of their face, they take it as a joke. In real life, holy shit, that's awkward as fuck, bro. So, yeah, I can just recall that, and it was horrible.
Yeah, that doesn't
Where can
sound like
people
the
find
best.
you, bro?
Where can people find me?
Mm,
Right now, I guess my two main platforms are obviously Instagram. Hermes did it again, and then on X, I've been gaining a decent amount of followers there, and I kind of shit posting more on there. It's chaotic Hermes, and then you could find my Kick, Rumble, YouTube from those two. But yeah,
mm. Why are you named Hermes did it again? What is did it again?
yeah. So obviously Hermes isn't my real name, But when I was coming up with a name, I'm kind of into, I guess, astrology, numerology, things like that, kind of the occult.
Mhm.
And I knew Hermes was like the god of Mercury, and he was like the messenger god. So I kind of just attached my name to that. Like it's like Hermes, the messenger god, and that kind of fits
Yeah.
with what I'm trying to do is just spread a message.
Hell yeah, bro. God bless you. Guys, thanks a lot for watching till the end. And catch you all on the next one. God damn, bro. This was amazing.